In today's society, there is no solid laws in place that ban or prohibit discrimination in the workforce towards LGBT members.
After Colorado's 2nd District Representative Jared Polis was elected to Congress, he and other representatives launched the Congressional LGBT Equality Caucus. He helped introduce the Equality Act, which would prohibit discrimination on the basis of sexual or gender orientation. He has also helped establish the first Transgender Equality Task Force within Congress. In federal law, it is not illegal to fire someone because they are gay or transgender. In a majority of states, it's also legal. There has been a bill called the Employment Non-Discrimination Act, or ENDA, trying to get through Congress. If passed, it would provide the LGBT workforce protections against discrimination.
Would you have him on your show?
Definitely. I mean, I would not say no to the sitting president of the United States.
Really?
Absolutely not. Would you?
Yeah.
You would?
I mean, look. Now I'm going to get bad tweets. Like, but I just, he is who he is, and he has enough attention, and he has his Twitter account, and he has ways to get his message across. There's nothing I'm going to say to him that's going to change him, and I don't want to give him a platform because it validates him. And for me to have someone on the show, I have to at least admire them in some way.
Religions are anti-LGBT. Despite the assumptions that most religious groups are anti-LGBT, Quaker communities are open and welcoming to the LGBTQ people. They believe that everyone is equal before God just as God made them, regardless of sexual and gender association, as well as the American Friends Service Committee is an independent Quaker organization that works for peace, human rights, social and economic justice that has been involved with the LGBTQ people since the 1960s.
Pope Francis expresses a more open stance on homosexuality than his predecessor, Pope Benedict XVI. Pope Francis says, if someone is gay and he searches for the Lord and he has goodwill, who am I to judge? Republicans claim that they don't oppose LGBT rights, but believe that it's the state's right to make decisions on LGBT laws. They believe in fewer regulations on people and their affairs, and the belief to make their own laws for or against discrimination. Many Republicans who are gay feel they don't have a large voice in matters, and if the Republican Party was more open-minded, they would have more support. Others claim they simply need to be a party that questions massive upheaval of social norms because somebody needs to.
It's okay to refuse a safe home. In Texas, the House Representatives passed a bill that would allow state-funded adoption agencies and foster care services to refuse to place children in LGBTQ families based on religious objections.
President Trump, along with Vice President Pence and other Republican members, want to implement a ban on transgenders being accepted into the military. He claims that the military cannot be burdened with the tremendous medical costs and disruption of trans service members.
Mike Pence called being gay a choice and said keeping gays from marrying was not discrimination, by an enforcement of God's idea. Vice President Mike Pence became one of the first vice presidents to speak at an anti-gay rally. He attended the annual Value Votes Summit, a conference hosted by Christian activists which are referred to as anti-LGBT groups. Pence made it clear to America where his values fall with his attendance to the summit.
One of the biggest issues conservatives have with the Equality Act is that it will contradict with the Religious Freedom Restoration Act. It would bypass the act banning religious business owners to refuse service on the basis of their religion. They believe that it's the government discriminating against religious people.
A transgender celebrity supports the Republican Party. Caitlyn Jenner is a transgender icon. She has expressed optimism for the Republican Party by saying, quote, as a proud Republican and transgender woman, I want to support courageous Republicans who advocate for the LGBT freedom. Continues to educate politicians and business leaders about issues that affect the LGBTQ community, like job discrimination, mental health, and uses her privilege as a celebrity to advocate better for them.